Happy Samurai Saturday. Coach Greg is here checking in from the Warrior Basement, the Warrior Dojo. It's Saturday, so it's our usual boot camp. Obviously, not the usual time, so sorry that we started a little bit later. We've got a lot going on here, as you might see. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. Remember when Coach Greg was saying that there was going to be stuff brought in and it was going to be a big gym and all this, and it was taking forever. Well, now here we are. We actually made the move, and we're going to get a workout in today, a short one, but we're going to get one in, and it's going to be awesome. So let's see what's going on. Right now, it's a bit of a mess, so apologies for that. We just got it moved in, and we haven't had a chance to really do stuff. However, as you can see, we got the ping pong table. We have Mr. Bobby second, the slam dummy, inversion table, all manner of stuff. Obviously, there's a pile. We're going to be organizing that. So we have a lot of equipment. We even got the Warrior fridge for those of you that will be coming to visit me live for training. We're going to have Warrior fridge where we'll have amazing beverages, shakes, all that good stuff. And we do have some stuff outside. So actually, let's go and take you outside for a little bit. We're going to have some boot camps out here and already have. Ooh, it's sweltering. Man, my glasses are fogging up. So we even brought in the bench out here. Obviously, I'm going to have to do some sort of sealant or protector so it doesn't oxidize. But we have our bench and military press machine. We got Bobby there. We have the custom pull-up station, which we'll be able to use. And I think I'll bring out some flooring here and kind of, make it a little bit more sturdy. But otherwise, it's going to be a great area. We're going to bring out some equipment here and kind of be able to use it on the grass. And have single and group training. Let's go back inside. Let's go back to the main area, if you will. So let's go in and get our workout. There it is. CW flying. Open it up, and here we are, as promised. Now we're still bringing in equipment. I should say not equipment. Some small things like we got a lot of the big dumbbells in, but as you can tell, the rack is pretty empty. So we still have to go through and bring the rest of the dumbbells, kettlebells. But the main station is here. Attachments have to be brought in. Got the treadmill back there. So it's coming together, which is awesome. Today we're going to get a workout in from here. So that's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Get you set up here. All right. So what do we got going on today? We have a total body workout. We're going to be using the machines, and we're going to be using our own body weight as well, and dumbbells. So it's a combination of things. So I'm glad you guys are here. Yo, King Nadish, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. You came at the right time. I was just showing everybody kind of what's outside. We brought in the equipment finally from our gym in Palatine, Illinois. So we kind of have everything brought in. It's still a little bit of a mess, but it's okay. We're gonna be going in and getting a good workout today. Ryder Lee, what's up? Hi. Good to see you. We're getting a workout in today. So I already started my watch. We're gonna go ahead and warm up with a couple things here. So let's start with some push-ups, guys. Let's get everything going. And it's a good time to get our push-ups in. So military style, 1, and we're gonna go ahead and tap the shoulder. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, going for 20, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Bonus. Woo, okay. Today is a push-pull kind of workout. So we're going to be using, once again, got the lights. We're going to be going with body weight. We're going to be going with machines and going through a push-pull type circuit. That's a good way to warm up is our push-ups. Yes, that's right. New machines. There's Coach Will. What's happening? Good to see you guys. If I'm your favorite YouTuber, that is fantastic, Ryder Lee. I take that very seriously because there's like a billion YouTubers, but I'll take it anytime I can hear it. You guys, I hope you're doing great. say the word maszyna. Maszyna. We have some maszynas here. Although in Russian, I think it's a car, right? In Polish, it's samochód. And if you say maszyna in Polish, it means like machine, like what it sounds like. So we got some cool stuff. Actually, let me see if I can show some of these. So we got this one's a rarity. It's called a monster machine, but it's basically for core and back. It's like a back extension machine, but it's got some cool other elements to it. We will look at that a little bit later, but we're going with, we're actually gonna be going with our push-pull. So bear with me for a second here while we come around. We got some push-pull power. All right, let's get you set up here. And we're gonna go ahead and bring up this one a little bit more. There we go. All right, so push-pull. We got a couple things. We're gonna bring these in. We got a pull down, so hopefully you guys are able to see. So pull down, as I do this, I'm gonna try to also kind of incorporate some lessons as I always like to do. If you guys love to do pull downs, that's awesome. What I always recommend is varying it up. So don't always do the same type of pull down. If you have a wide bar, doesn't mean you always have to go wide. Wide is amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and go a little bit less wide. I'm gonna get set up underneath here. Go back and pull, just under the chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it for a little bit. Slow down. 7. 8 and 9. Once you get to 10, double digits, let's drop that weight. Go a couple plates down to 120. Let's bring it down. I apologize for the lights. It does happen here. 1 and 2. Breathe out when you pull in. 3 and 4 and 5. So push-pull today. Push-pull is one of my favorites. I think you guys will probably say also. All right. Okay. Top 5 wholesome. Thank you. I try to keep it wholesome, with the kids and everything. Dude, Coach Will, you hit your 50 sub mark? Yes, congratulations, man. You're going to be live streaming. I'm going to make sure to catch it. Ryder Lee, yes. King Nadish. You said car in English, you are a monster. Yes, I'm gonna leave. Where are you gonna leave, Ryder Lee? No. Bye, bro. Hopefully you'll come back. Yes, maszyna. I did say it. So now we got our push-up with shoulder tap. We got the pulls. Let's go for biceps. Let's see if you guys will be able to see this one. I might have to bring it up a little bit if it's possible. All right, or is this as tall as it gets? I got an idea. Don't mind me here. I'm just adjusting your camera to be a little bit taller. There we go. Different angle. So how are you guys doing? How's your Saturday so far? Hopefully all is good. All right, let's adjust. There we are. And tighten. One more second. All right, so what I like about this machine here is you got multiple stations. Well, I gotta come around. So this one we've had in our gym for a long time. What I like about this is you have a preacher curl basically set up. You just have to bring in this one. And then from here, I'm gonna be able to get my curls in. So when you do preacher curls, if you have a preacher bench, it's awesome because you're able to basically get a movement with a specialized pad that'll give you support for your elbows, and it really isolates the arms. So I'm gonna make sure I got the right weight here. Get underneath. The other thing that's important is distance. So if I go further back, I'm more extended, which means the exercise is tougher. So I'm gonna go from further back to get a fuller range of motion and more tension in each way, in each second of the movement. Bring it in, and then all the way down. Let it touch. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. I'm gonna go for 12. So what I like to do sometimes is, because I already got a great burn, but I know I don't have another one in me without a break. So what I like to do is still get the number that I was shooting for, which is 12. I just drop down one plate to make it a little bit lighter, and then I'll go in 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, so I got that. I feel good. I'm gonna bring this one back in. Bear with me because it's been a while since I've used our machine. But yeah, if you have one at home, fantastic. If you don't, obviously you'll find one at the gym, most likely. Preacher curl, preacher benches are a staple of most gyms. If you don't have it, you can easily use a ball or something that'll block your arm to give you that extension. You can also do it with just with your arm. All right, so, all right, what do we got here? Okay. We're gonna go to round number 2. All right, I like it. Привет, yes, привет. I have that all throughout the house, my friend. I'm talking to Lego supervision. I have Russian at home. I have a lot of different languages here. So my wife speaks Russian and Romanian. I speak Polish, and then my stepkids one speaks Romanian, one speaks Russian, along with English. So we got all that going on. I'm trying to remember Spanish. Yeah, it's a lot, but it's awesome. Привет. All right. Yes, you remembered that I was gonna change the pant logo. Yes, we have, so it's a lion, and we're gonna change it. I have a new version. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up, and then obviously I'm gonna go and add in some new swag and stuff like that. That's fun. It's pretty much done. I just haven't had a chance to print it or anything like that, but yes. Coach Will, too busy right now, got a lot going on today. Yeah, no worries, man. When it happens, it'll happen. Digital psychology, oh, привет. There's my amazing wife, how's it going? Why did I stop at 8? So Alvin, that's a good question. I was basically maxed out for me. I had basically nothing left. I could have probably still tried to kind of like wiggle, but the goal is to have a nice clean movement. And I knew by the time I did 8, I could have, waited a little bit, but I chose to get a couple more because I really wanted that burn to last a little bit longer. So I dropped the weight 1 plate to make it lighter, and I got the last 4. But it depends, right? If you're working on strength, and if you're working on, let's say, hypertrophy, getting bigger, then yeah, you not necessarily want to have a lot of reps. Although there's a lot of stuff now out that says, you can get really big and, shredded and do a lot of reps with lighter weights. Like, who are they talking about recently? The guy that plays Reacher. It's escaping me. Alan, okay, anyway, he's awesome. You can look him up. He just posted an article in Men's Health, and he does a lot of high reps with lower weights. He looks huge, obviously. I'm sure he takes some supplements. I think he has said that he has taken like TRT or something. But outside of that, he knows that it's better for his joints because he doesn't go super heavy. But he looks huge. So, oh, there goes the light. It means it's time to work out. All right. Fantastic. All right, cool. Stock Prism, aren't you better off just going to failure instead of dropping weight? Yeah. Actually, can we talk about the importance of that? Yes, we can. So when it comes to failure, I kind of went to failure. I couldn't have done 9. So actually, it really just allowed me to go a little bit more, push my muscles a little bit more with a little bit less weight. But it's up to you. It's not something that you have to go. Everybody's different. Some people, when they go to failure, they risk damaging, themselves if they're in a, shall we say, an older age group, or if they have a certain amount of injuries pre-existing. So for them, it might be safer to not go to failure, but maybe get an extra set with lighter weights. But it actually is very good, in my opinion, if you're healthy, to go to failure, because you're really pushing, the muscles to a point where they don't have any more left in them. So you're getting the maximum amount of work at that time. All right, let's go back because my heart rate's dropping, and I know you guys are like, hey, especially Coach Will, it's like, let's get it, let's work. So we're back to our push-ups. Here we go. So military style, go in, shoulder tap, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, oh man, 15, 16, I need your help guys, last 4, 18, 19, 20, and a bonus 21. Ooh, some might say, hey, 20 is not that much, which I agree, but I maxed out my arms yesterday, and I don't have as much today, so not making excuses, but I just realized that on that last set. All right, back we go to the pull downs. Back we go. So one thing you guys will notice, you know, the gym is looking awesome. I think it is a tight fit. I did all the measurements prior to our movers moving everything. So I was correct on that front, but honestly, it's a lot, it seems tighter than what I would have imagined. But all right, here we go. So we got more pull downs. So we're gonna talk about doing pronated versus supinated. Last time I went a little bit wider and I pulled down this way. Great for building that V shape. So if you're looking to build a big V, if you're a guy who wants to have a big back, or if you're a lady and you want to do figure competitions, you know, you have a small waist and you want to accentuate that V, wide pull downs are the key. Now, it's also good to do different types of pull downs. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip my grip. I'm gonna do a chin pull, bar under the chin, great for biceps, and also good for hitting a different part of the back. Not as wide, more inside. So here we go. I'm gonna adjust this so I have a little bit more space. Okay, weight is 120, no problem. Go very closely. So I'm gonna grip it right from the top. Hopefully you guys can see. Yeah, perfect. All right, here we go. And sometimes I see people do this. They'll start and then they'll lean back and pull. Ideally, you will stay in place. Pull, control, pull it back. However, there is a world where you can do that moving pull, but it's got a different purpose, which we're not gonna talk about right now. However, if you can control it like this, then that's a good sign. It means it's a weight that's doable, and you're able to get maximum benefit. I lost track, which is not a surprise. Let's do 3 more here. 1 and 2. We got 1 more. Hold it and release. Oh, and that was not me, that was the pad. I don't fart in my own gym. Okay, so we got a pushing exercise, we have a pull, and then obviously this one is kind of a pull, it's biceps. So, you guys are awesome. Any questions, health and wellness related, please throw them in the chat. Tell me where you're from and what kind of goals you're setting for yourself this summer. Are you doing any sort of training? Let's go and go through some of the comments. Hey, King Nadish, nice. Village Feast, I wish I could stop by. That would be awesome. Lots of friends with lots of food is the best. That's cool, man. Enjoy. Share some information on it for anybody that's maybe nearby where you live. Let's see. W wife. Whoa, wife. Yes, my amazing wife. Give her a sub if you see her. She is up there. Digital Psychology with Kiki. That is my amazing wife. Give her a follow. Send a thumbs up. And yes, please, in real life donation. That'll be fantastic. Anybody, if you're watching, if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, share, all the good things. And if you can send some donations our way, that would be awesome. Obviously, we're trying to do our best for everybody and share health and wellness, but also we're trying to build a business and obviously invest. You know, everything takes money, and we like to be able to feel like we're gonna be able to grow. And so that all comes down to obviously all of you. Let's see. 3 UK fellas. Sometimes with going to failure, you might be lifting very heavy. I like legs, so let's say doing leg extensions. I'll get 3 to 4 clean reps and can't get a partial after that. Yeah, great example. Sometimes you might go heavy and you realize you don't have anything left. And the challenge then is if you're gonna give it that one more go, if you're in a controlled situation, like let's say you're doing a leg extension and you're on a machine, you have a little bit more of a safety net if you can't get it. If you're doing something with, let's say a bar, like you're doing a free weights or you're doing a heavy squat, make sure you got a spotter. Make sure you at least have your safety clips, so if you go to failure, you go down, you can't get back up, you have a way to dump the weight safely. Because, and same thing with bench, make sure if you don't have a spotter, at least you have, you don't have clips, you might be able to dump the weight side to side, or at least have it low enough where you can get it and then crawl from under. I've seen too many of those videos where somebody tries to go too heavy, then they get stuck, the bar is here, and they're like trying to like wiggle out from under the bench. It's scary. All right, thoughts on SR and strength, rocks, DX back. SR and strength, what do you mean, like strongman and strength? What do you mean by SR? I'm trying to make sure I get the right acronym. Connor, God bless you, my friend. Thank you so much. Hi, Connor. And yes, sometimes that volume is a bit low and you can lift more at a lower weight. So my drop, yeah, it's like a drop set kind of. I sometimes do that. I don't always do it, but sometimes I do it if I want to get a bigger burn. Like for example, right now doing the class, I know that I'm taking breaks because I'm talking, I'm explaining, I'm shifting. If I was going by myself, I might just go quickly, but it allows me to recover. So then when I go for the next set, I don't mind going to failure and then adding a couple of sets, I should say reps on top of it with lower weight. All right. King Nadish, can you keep your elbow locked at 90 degrees and do a wide grip pull down? 1 second. Let's see. Can you keep your elbow locked at 90 degrees and do a wide grip pull down? Yes, I believe so. Hold on, I'm trying to picture it. So keep it locked at 90 and do a pull down. Like, I mean, that'll be kind of tough. You could do it if you have a bar that you kind of go back and you squat down with, but if you're gonna be doing a pulling motion, it's obviously going to involve your elbow flexion and being able to move through that range of motion. So I don't believe you can unless I'm thinking of something else. Like if you're doing a pull down and you hold it, you do isometric hold and then you like walk back with it, but then you're working more legs and you're doing kind of an isometric hold, so, or like if you do a pull-up and you hold it, obviously that's also great, but that's working a different type of muscle, well, the same muscles in a different type of way, to make it a quick example. All right, so one more time here. I think you guys can see. Let me bring it in a little bit. It's kind of far out there. All right, that's the only other thing is I gotta find all these camera angles. Hopefully you guys don't mind. All right, so back on the pad here. What's cool about this one is for arm wrestlers, using this kind of pad and doing arm work with bands and weights is fun. It kind of simulates the pad that you might see if you're doing arm wrestling. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go heavier like before. Try to see how many we can get. Oh, and actually, once again, 2 steps back. Give me more range of motion. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll slow it down here. 7 and 8. Oh, we got more power this time around, thanks to you guys. And 9. Here. 10. One more. 11. Oh, but you know what? Just for you guys, I'm gonna do a couple more. I'm gonna drop the weight. One less. Shake them out. Let's do 4 to 5. Here we go. And I regret my decision. 2. I don't have as much left as I thought. Here we go. Coach Craig doesn't give up. 3. 4. Ooh, and that's all she wrote on that one. All right, we're good. Bring this one in. All right, so that's second round. We're not gonna go to a third because I wanna be able to do a couple more things with you guys. All right, let's see. You guys are hilarious with the semen retention. Oh my goodness. I don't think that's what our friend originally meant. Or maybe he did. Actually, you know what? I thought it was a joke, but actually that is a real thing. And I'll break it down like this. There is a book, if you guys have not heard of it, look it up. It's called Brain Gain. And I forget the author off the top of my head. Brain Gain, it's basically talks about that. Like if you're a male and if you, withhold semen basically, what kind of benefits does it have for the body, or what kind of challenges there might be? And many of the studies there suggest that you're actually, and it makes sense, because it takes so much for the body to make even one drop, so many processes, and if you're able to not waste it, or use it a lot, then actually you're able to get almost like a boost, is what the book suggests. Like you're able to, it's able to at some point kind of reabsorb some of the nutrients, kind of boost your body in a way. So you're almost, it's almost like an extra supplement, if you will. I know it sounds for some it might sound kind of weird or gross, but it's definitely worth considering. There's a reason why they will tell athletes, professional athletes, to not have sex or not sleep with anybody prior to a big event, prior to a big competition. And you wonder why. Why would they do that, right? Some people might say, oh, it's because they want to be in the right mental headspace. True, they want to be focused. They don't want to be distracted. But then also it is definitely something to consider in terms of how it might affect the body, right? Like you might lose some of your vitality, some of your strength, some of your explosiveness, who knows, right? So these professional high-end coaches will always have those suggestions, it seems like. So anyway, but that's pretty cool that we brought that up. Feel the power, brother. Yes, Ingvar. That's right. Feel it, yes. From the Philippines. I'm from the Philippines. What's up, Alvin? Good to have you, man. I'm skinny fat type of guy. All right. There are those. They're still strong, but let's see. You have a question here. Should I prioritize cardio before gaining muscles? Cardio before gaining muscles. There's really no reason why you can't do both. I always tell people if you're going to have a consistent and healthy workout regimen or training regimen, you want to have every aspect covered if you can. If you only do cardio, then you're going to get only the benefits of the cardio. If you're only going to do strength, you're only going to get the benefits of that. If you only work out, but you don't do any nutritional adjustments or fine tuning, you will also be missing out. So whenever you can, do everything. But I'm not saying you have to do everything all the time at a super high level. You just do your best, and some of it might be adjusting small things in your diet, small things in your sleep. Now, if I had to say about cardio versus strength, almost said PEDs because somebody posted PEDs. You want to focus on strength more with a little bit of cardio. But if you can only do one, I would definitely say strength would give you more benefit if you're looking to kind of change your body composition. Because if you do a lot of running or if you do a lot of cardio, you're basically you might lose some of the pudge if you have some pudge, but you're also not going to gain really muscle, so you will still remain skinny. You might not have the look that you want, but if you build strength via building muscle, you're going to change the body composition more, and then those areas where you were not feeling maybe as strong, or you had those skinny fat areas, as people call them, you'll start to see that they're turning into a more lean area with muscles kind of, coming out from there. So I think that's what I would recommend. But as a coach, I always say balance. So you want to make sure that you are doing everything. All right, let's go over here. So strength combined with cardio is your friend. All right, and then let's see. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks, I don't know you liked watching my channel. I am sure that is the official Tom Hanks. And no, Tom Hanks, even though I love your movies, it does not mean that I recommend doing PEDs. Performance enhancers, they're not worth the risk, in my opinion, as a professional coach. I've never done them, and you can probably tell, right? I don't look like it. I'm not one of those huge guys, but I've always been muscular. I've always been working out and exercising, and I feel like I don't want to risk my health, especially now being a dad, having kids. I see these amazing looking people that do pass away. Every year you get a few, like some crazy bodybuilder was prepping for a show, and then passed away, you know, or somebody that has since retired, used to be an IFBB pro, passed away, or somebody who's an influencer that was huge, passed away. It's not worth it. Now, is it to say that they were doing something and it was a direct cause? We don't know, we won't, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't be more careful with what we take in. I love supplements. I'll take creatine, I'll take supplement, protein, I'll take multivitamins, and kind of the usual stuff, but nothing where it's gonna play with my health. All right, so here, we did our wide pull downs. I did one variation of the pull here. I love these. We can do a neutral, we can do a wide, and we can switch our grips. We're gonna go with a neutral pull in. I'm gonna adjust this seat a little bit so it give me more support here. And we're gonna pull in here, give ourselves a little bit more power in the back. 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 2 more here, nice and slow. 1, and 2, and 3. I gotta oil some of this down. You can hear the machine a bit. So we usually don't do machines, but now that we have them, that's why we're doing some exercises using machines. If I have to give any advice on using machines, it's make sure that you are not only using machines, make sure you control your range, and don't go fast. Notice I really slowed it down at the last couple of reps too, because I realized I was going a bit fast. So yeah, definitely something that I would recommend. But what's that you say? You say you want to do more? Yes, of course we got more. We got the bench, and we have a little bit of tight space here. That's okay. We're gonna get it going anyway. Let me see if I can put this one here to get you guys a good angle on the bench. So let's see how this looks here. Maybe. All right. I think that might work, guys. What do you think? Yeah, I think that'll work. This thing, by the way, is like kind of teeter-tottering, so if it starts to move, it's because it's not necessarily stable, but you know, it is what it is. So we got a bench here. What's cool about this one, it's kind of hard to see. There's a little lever, and you can move it up and down to adjust. So you can do dips on this one, but you can also do a squat with an attachment. We're going for bench. So we're adding some strength to our bench, and I'm gonna go ahead and move my seat out. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the weight here. We're at, let's do 100. And what's cool about this one is it actually has a tighter feel than a lot of machines for the weight. Or it could be that it's kilograms and not pounds, and I'm not realizing it, but it doesn't specify kilograms or pounds. We're in the US, so I'm assuming it's pounds, but I just go by feel. I mean, I use the numbers, but I'm not so worried about them. I just know kind of what my limits are. All right, you got it, Alvin. Thank you. RPE2. Bro, you gotta train closer to failure, otherwise you won't stimulate hypertrophy. Joffrey, that's not inaccurate. You have a great point. The thing that it might seem like what's happening is that I'm finishing and I still have a lot left in the tank. I'm actually getting pretty close to failure. Like you saw me on the curls, I was pretty much done, and then I did a couple more. On the pulls, on the last one, yes, I could have done more, but it's a combination of things. Like I'm trying to also educate and talk, and sometimes that means I kind of, I go lighter so that I can get something out. But you're right, it is good if you're not working out hard enough. You will still get benefits, but you just won't get them in the same way. It doesn't mean you won't get hypertrophy that you're not going to stimulate. I mean, you can do body weight stuff and get good hypertrophy, but you have to really push with intensity, with the type of exercise you're doing. You can't just do simple movements. You got to kind of get more and more complex as you get more fit. But you can always stimulate the muscle enough to grow if you put in the right amount of stimulation, for lack of a better word. If you push it hard, you'll be able to really get it. Now, failure can mean going to failure because of how quickly you're going through reps or just the amount of weight. But yes, you want to make sure that you get a good amount. So I'm going to adjust this one to be fairly low. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Press and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. And just for you, my friend, we're gonna go lower. 2 plates to 120. Here we go. 4 more. Stimulate that hypertrophy. 3. 1 more. That felt good. Whew, okay, we got that one. So we got 1 more left. Nice job, guys. Thank you for all the comments. By the way, I appreciate all your comments, even when they're kind of zany. You guys are pretty awesome. I appreciate it all. And remember, like, subscribe, share, tune in. More and more of these are coming, especially because we are feeling awesomeness for summer. And once again, tell me guys where you're coming in from and where you're checking in from. I'm always curious. All right, we got this one. We're adding it as a bonus because I really love this machine. I'm gonna go ahead and, let's see, can you guys see me? Yeah, so Monster Machine, basically a crazy back extension machine on, could say on PEDs. This one is on PEDs, this machine, because you can do a lot of cool stuff here. So we're gonna go ahead and just use this as body weight today, just to kind of get a little bit of extra for the posterior chain. So glutes, back, and all manner of good hammies and calves. So I'm holding it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of cross my arms here. 1, 2, and 3. Hold it. And 4. Squeeze. And 5. And 6. Flex for the camera. And 7. Oh man. 8. 9. 10. 2 more. 11. 12. Oh man. That is a monster, hence the name Monster Machine, I guess. Whew. Yeah, this is a pretty sweet machine. We got this one from one of our friends here in Illinois. He has, or he had, I don't know if he still is in business, a crazy warehouse full of like standard machines and then like just like crazy stuff you won't find anywhere else. Obviously, hyperextension machines are not too uncommon, but this one is one that I've never seen anywhere else with these big rolling wheels. And it's actually got some cool things like little attachments at the bottom where you can hang cables, and it's pretty sweet. All right. But yeah, Joffrey, good points there. Breacher, thank you, good sir. Home gym, actually from our commercial gym that we are currently trying to find a new home for, but I will keep these here because we'll have it ready for more classes and more tortures. Shaper Media, does that do incline chest? Which one? You're talking about the previous one, the bench? Because yes, you can adjust the bench to be incline or decline, and then obviously you just get under, you find your angle, and then you're able to do like a modified press, almost to the point of doing, you can actually just do shoulder press too, so that's pretty sweet. Dad body warrior, that's right, John Reyna, dad body. I am a dad, so that is true. All right, here we go. All right, back we go. And we got one more quick one because then taking the girls to the Botanic Garden with my amazing wife. All right, it's not so bad, right? Dad bod warrior, I mean, we're getting there. All right, here we go. So let me see if I can bring this back a little bit so you can see a little bit more. We're gonna go and do a pull this way. I might have to adjust the camera a little bit if it'll allow me. Okay, so what's cool about this one, now normally when I'm training, I would just keep the same row that I just did. I wouldn't be changing it on the fly so randomly unless I'm doing kind of like a random challenge. But we're doing it more for educational purposes. What's cool about this one, it really allows you to focus on your biceps in addition to hitting a different part of the back. And it feels really good. So we're gonna go ahead and come in here, get your grip ready, and now just squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go to 10, and then we'll add more weight. Oh. Okay, I don't know if that was 10. Bring this this one in, but okay, we're gonna go heavy on this one. You guys might want to see, for those of you that are like, oh, Coach Craig, you're going light. All right, so here's where we're at right now. Let's see if I can do my weight, 150, although I'm probably like 160 right now, but all right, so let's see if this pull is possible. All right, if I get that pull, you guys gotta subscribe, all right? If you haven't subscribed already, like, subscribe, share, and if you throw a donation, that would be even better. I mean, do it for summer. All right, here we go. Oh, that's not easy. 2, 3. Okay, we'll leave it at 3. Damn, that was a lot. That was a lot. By the way, it's still there, in case you're wondering. Although somebody might say, yeah, you did. You couldn't see it. I'm kidding. No, you guys are awesome. All right, we got our bench. Should I rename this channel Dad Bod Fitness? All right. Coach Will, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That is a hell of a setup. Yes, indeed. And if you're in the area, you can always pop in. As I was telling these guys and gals, a lot of this stuff is from our old gym, from the OG gym in Arlington Heights, and then later went to Palatine. So I sold some of the stuff to our friends who have a huge space there. They're staying in that space. We moved out, although I do rent it. I do rent it from them from time to time for a class. But that means that a lot of the stuff came in here, and I'm actually going to show you before we finish, because it was at the beginning of the video, but not a lot of people were on yet. So some of you might have missed it, but we got a pretty good setup here. We're going to finish with a couple presses, and then I'll just do a quick tour of what we have, and then we will wrap it up for today. So here we go. Back to bench. All right, here we go. Going for 10, because we got the heavier weight here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more slow one here. 10. Ooh, all right. Shake it out. We did it. Finish up here. So real quick to show you, we got the treadmill there. I can actually probably drop the whatchamacallit, the tripod, give you a quick view here. So we got the the treadmill, we got the multi-station machine. We're gonna be bringing in all the dumbbells. We got some heavy kettlebells there already. The glute ham, monster machine, and then we still got a lot of stuff to put up here, as you can tell. We got bags, we got Swiss balls, we got a total stretch station. We got the fridge from the old place where all the happy shakes are from our classes and seminar, our boards. Inversion table, we have the Ninja stretch machine. We have our wrestling slam dummy, the ping pong table, always good. And then finally at the end, we got space here for our boot camps. And we got the old traditional bench, which actually changes into a military shoulder press or custom pull-up machine and Bobby. So we got it all ready. And I'm pretty excited. There's gonna be some great classes coming up. Gonna be doing as much content as I can for you guys while staying busy. So thank you all for joining. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Yes. Oh man, you guys have a lot of good questions here. Yes, and you're right, Coach. Well, I gotta get some WD-40 on some of this stuff. Bodybuilder pose. Yeah, I mean, I will get that before we leave here. That's right. Yes, Coach Willie, I saw you, man. You got a good station too, a good setup. All right, and yes, that is my job, good sir. This is JR Gym Journey. I am a professional coach, co-owner of Complete Warrior Fitness, and I love it. I love what we're doing, and yeah, right here, bam, we got Complete Warrior Fitness. So thank you guys. Like, subscribe, and share. More to come. And oh, sorry, Confused Unga Bunga. That is an awesome name. I will show you in a little bit, but now I gotta jump off. It is time to do some awesome dadding. So I will be going out with the girls and enjoying the day. You guys have an awesome one. Thank you. Feel free to check in. We'll be doing another live very soon. And don't forget to donate wherever that button is. Everything helps out as we build our health and fitness empire. See you guys.